welcome to another episode of Cook with Memkoh. Today I'm going to be making banana bread. I hope this is going to be simple. It's my first time ever making banana bread, but I've been craving this for over a month, so let's see what I get up to. Come on in. Okay, so what do we need? 3 ripe bananas, half cup butter. You know what, I'm going to bring it out as I read this list. I just found a recipe online. We're just going to go with it. I have my bananas here. 2 overripe bananas. Every single week, guys, I buy bananas for my smoothie, and when the last 2 go bad, I just keep telling myself, I'm going to make banana bread, I'm going to make banana bread, and it always ends up in the bin. So yeah, these ones are lucky because we're finally making the banana bread. So 2 overripe bananas, half cup butter, melted. I haven't melted it yet, so we're just gonna, I actually bought avocado oil butter. Like we're going vegan here. Like half cup buttermilk. I'm just going to use my almond milk. Should I probably not close the fridge? So that's my almond milk, brown sugar. Can you see how ready I am? I'm telling you, like I've been meaning to make this thing, so that's why I have everything. I didn't reach. So brown sugar, baking powder right here, baking soda. Oh, I did not buy baking soda. Oh, oops. Psych, I have baking soda. Salt, all-purpose flour. I'll just bring out all the flour I have. Half cup walnuts. Guys, I am ready. I bought pecans and walnuts. So vanilla extract. Interestingly, there was another recipe I saw online where they recommended honey, so I also bought honey. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have to make this banana bread today. Nothing is going to stand in the way of this banana bread. Okay, this eggless banana bread recipe. What are they saying? What are they saying? Oh yes, this is the honey recipe. It's sweetened with half honey, half sugar, and it's so delicious. Perfect. So I found the 2 recipes I'm going to use. I'm just going to combine them, and yeah, let's start. Take a phone picture. All right. Come on in, let's take a look. Okay everyone, so these are the ingredients for our wonderful banana bread. We have our pecans, walnuts, brown sugar, flour. We have our 2 unripe bananas, baking powder, honey, baking soda, almond milk, avocado butter, and pure vanilla extract. Alright, so let's begin. One thing I know all the recipes have in common is the fact that you have to mash the bananas, so we're going to start with that step. And I'm going to be touching my phone a lot, so I've just wiped out my phone. Okay, so we need to mash these bananas for a fact. Okay, as you can see, whoa, these are, I normally wash my bananas before I cut it, but these ones are just so bad. Man, it is so ripe. We need to mash our bananas. I'm just using a wooden stick. This is how you know I don't bake, because why am I using one of my storage bowls to mix? Whatever. Oh God. I'm so stressed already. I'm stressed. Why? You know what, now I realize, I feel like there was probably a time I used to wonder, oh, why do people buy mixers, like the electric mixers for like flour and stuff when you bake? I'm pretty sure there was a time I used to wonder that, but now, yeah, that's what I need. Something tells me I should use a fork or a spoon. Yeah, just keep going like this. If this thing can mash pounded yam, one of these recipes just said cream the butter with an electric mixer. No, I don't have that. This one said mash with a fork until completely sweet. See, I said it. I knew. Something for me was easy with a fork, right? So that all those grainy bits. But you know, in a way, I think it's actually going to start with the wooden spatula because it did the initial work, and then now it seems like the fork is just making it smoother. The next step is talking about preheating the oven. So we're preheating the oven right now, 350. My oven is probably like, oh my gosh, you finally turned me on. Oh, stir in the melted butter into the, okay, melted butter. How do I melt this butter? How do I melt it? How do I melt it? Guys, help. What do I do? Do I like put it on fire? Do I heat it up? What am I going to do now? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to melt this butter on fire. I'm going to put this Pyrex. Am I doing this wrong? Is this bad? I'm about to like put the Pyrex on there and then yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Right? So guys, I'm about to cheat and melt this butter with my Pyrex bowl. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put 1 stick of my almond butter. I don't know if I should put more, maybe 1.5. Yep, and it is melting. I'm just going to add another half here. The recipe said something like 1.25 cup, and I don't know how to measure that, so I don't know why I have a problem measuring ingredients when I cook. But yeah, that's, I don't know, that's how I cook. We're just going to see how it comes out. Alright, so while that is going on, today's discussion is actually going to revolve around the question, which is, why do white people usually feel so threatened when Black people share their experiences? You know, if I'm talking about my experience as a Black person in America, if I'm telling you that I feel treated a certain way and I'm calling on you to check yourself and do better, why do you feel threatened by that? I'm the one going through the experience. I'm the one living through this nightmare of being Black in America. It's a nightmare, right? Because before you even walk into a room, nobody's asking, what do you know? What is this person's ability? What is this person's credential? What do they bring on to this table? Nobody's asking that. The first thing is that you're stared down because of the color of your skin. And we already discussed this mostly in our first episode. So my question today is, why do white people then feel threatened when Black people speak up about their experiences? Do you expect us to stay mute? I likened the experience of being Black in America to having a doll. Now, when you have a doll and you press the doll in the middle, you know, it squeaks, or even a rubber duck. If you squeeze a rubber duck, it makes a sound. Now, what being Black in America is like, is that the white people are squeezing the Black people, and then when the Black people make the sound, they're like, oh my God, they can speak. Oh yes, we can speak. What did you expect? You didn't want us to speak? You just wanted to keep pressing and squeezing us like we're inanimate objects and we should never ever speak up? No. It seems like the white people in America, they keep squeezing and frustrating Black people. So I'm going to say this to white people out there. Check yourselves. Check all your insecurities. When a Black person walks into the room, if you're so insecure about yourself, don't try to put that insecurity on the Black person. We already have so much to deal with. Check yourself first. What is it that you're afraid of? And stop saying that the Black man is scary. He's really not scary. Like we said earlier, Americans or white people are scared of Black men. But when it's time to hire a security guard, who's the first person they hire? A Black person. So all of a sudden now you're not afraid of having a Black bodyguard. He's not going to harm you, right? And it's just so harmful. Or even Black women. People will say she's uncouth. She's not well cultured. She's acting irrationally. She's an angry Black woman. And let's just correct one thing. When Black people speak up, they are not angry. They are appalled. They are appalled by the insecurities of the white person. They are appalled at the fragility of the white person's ego that doesn't allow them to open doors or just leave doors open for other people of other skin colors. So don't say angry black people again, angry black woman. Don't say it again. They are not angry. They are appalled by your insecurities and your behavior and your lack of control over yourself. Because if you have self-control, you will not need to put down another person to make yourself feel worthy. If you have a sense of self-worth, you would never, ever have to step on another person to go ahead in life. And if you ever see someone being stepped on, you would speak up for that person. I said that last part because a lot of white people say, oh, I'm not racist, or yeah, those are the laws, or oh, how do we help change the laws? But when you're out in public and you see that black mother or black father or black person get disrespected by a white person, and you know that that person is being disrespected just because of their skin color, or you may act like you're oblivious to it, but you know you would never be treated the way that person was treated. But then you never speak up. So you're at fault. You are part of the problem. So from now on, I hope that by watching this, you would know that it's not just about saying, oh, I'm not the one perpetrating these things, or I'm not the one benefiting, or I have no benefits from it. But you would know to speak up when someone else is getting maltreated because of their skin color. The butter is now completely melted. Heating it on the fire totally worked, and I just used my Pyrex bowl, as you can see. I didn't leave it on here for the entire time. I left it on. When I saw it started melting, I moved it off to the other side. And then when it was almost done, I put it back on the fire a little bit. But you know, right now it's completely done, and I'm just so happy. The next thing here says that you should stir the melted butter into the mashed bananas and mix them. And the next thing it says is add in buttermilk, vanilla, sugar, and mix to combine. And then mix in baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Half cup buttermilk. Vanilla, how much? 2 teaspoons. Yeah, that one I'm actually going to measure. A teaspoon is easy to measure. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2, yay! All right. And then we're going to add, what else? Sugar. How much sugar do we need? I'm going to use my personal sugar gauge. Mixing baking powder, baking soda, and salt. All right, let's see. I'll actually measure the baking powder. 3/4 teaspoon baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So where's our baking powder? All right, so 1 teaspoon baking powder. All right, so we need just 3/4 spoon of the baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I'm using very little. Probably should have mixed this in my bigger bowl. This is what it's looking like. Oh, that's makes better. Okay, how much flour? 1.5 cups flour. Okay, let me check the other recipe because remember I wanted to add honey. Let's use this bowl just to make my life a little easier. And I'm going to pour everything inside. Pray for me, guys. Pray that this experiment turns out well. I think we're almost done. I'll add in my nuts. That's enough honey, and we're going to now add in the nuts. So I just added in walnuts and now I'm adding in pecans. So this is what my mix looks like right now. I'm going to keep mixing before I turn it into the pan. I feel like adding a little more nuts now. Yes, so we mix. Let's round up this discussion. I don't understand why white people usually get so scared or intimidated, or they act so surprised when Black people speak up about their experiences. Like, why are you shocked? You know exactly what is going on, right? There's no white person in this country that can tell me that they do not know what racism is or what is going on. They just choose to live in oblivion. And I know especially those that come from all these rich, quote unquote, rich families, their parents do this perfect and wonderful job of shielding them from reality. So somehow they think that they're excused from it. No, when you grow up and go into the real world, you need to learn about other people's experiences. And you cannot turn a blind eye or pretend. Because guess what? The pendulum is swinging to the other side right now. You know, it's almost time up for white people, really, really, really and truly. If I'm being honest with you, which I am, the pendulum is really, really swinging to the other side. So where do you want to be found? Do you want to be found as the person that consistently and constantly turn a blind eye to the sufferings of other people? Because when it comes on your roof, nobody's going to pay attention to you either, you know? So I think it's time for us to come together in unison, come together as one, and stop pretending like the pain of other people don't exist. So I think we did a really good job there. I'm really, really impressed. I'm just going to quickly wash my baking pan because it's brand new. Things are going to change. Things are definitely going to change, and they're going to change really, really quickly. It's going to happen in a twinkle of an eye. And all these people that are too busy being oppressors or whatever they want to be, they're going to really, really feel sorry for it. So this is sort of like a pre-warning for everybody. You definitely want to check yourself. You want to do what you know is right. And you know, the funny thing is, people usually argue like, oh, am I racist? I don't do this, am I racist? Just stop and ask yourself, what I'm doing, is it kind? Maybe we need to stop using all these buzzwords and whatever. Are you being kind? Are you being respectful? Are you being considerate? Are you being tolerant of other people? Are you being understanding? Are you being compassionate? So you may say you're not racist, but if you're being disrespectful, and if you're doing it because you know that you have an advantage, then it doesn't matter if you say you're racist or not, you're disrespectful and you're hurting someone else. And more so, you're doing that intentionally because someone has told you that you're better. No, you're not better. You are not better than anybody else. We are all one. And anyways, when things change, which is why we're telling you guys now to check yourselves and change. Because if the tide is to switch, you don't want everything that you guys, white people, have done to Black people. You don't want that to be done to you. And God forbid, because it's not going to happen. That's one thing I really thank God for about Black people, that despite all the hurt and the pain, if given the chance, they would never, ever, ever do those things back. No matter how painful the experiences so far have been, they wouldn't do half of those things back. So white people will be lucky. And I know that's typically something that scares white people, where they think, oh, if Black people have power, they would do, well, yeah, you sort of deserve it, but they won't do it. They won't do it. The love in our hearts as Black people is just so much. You can't even deny it. Like, a white person walks into a Black space. At first, it might be weird, like, what's going on? But eventually, everyone sort of surrounds you in love and embraces you. But a Black person who walks into a white space, why is she here? Oh, your accent. Where's your accent from? They already start making you feel left out and just unwanted. So as you can see, it's different. The reception is different. Black people are more personable. They are more welcoming and inviting and just nice, generally. They have more of a warmth to them, okay? So it's not going to happen. Like, Black people are not going to retaliate, right? But you guys, you white people, just need to really, really, really be honest with yourselves and talk to each other. You need to talk to each other. If you, like I said earlier, if you see someone disrespecting another person just because of their skin color, talk to them. Tell them, no, this is not okay. You're being disrespectful. You wouldn't do that if it was me. Let that person realize, because there is no how you tell a fellow white person, yo, you wouldn't do that if it was me. They'll be like, whoa, okay. And then, just do more of that. Do more of that. Be your brother's keeper in a true sense. Okay, so let's butter up this pan. I'm just going to use the stick. Here's our pan. It's already been greased, and I'm just going to pour this in right now. So this is what our mix looks like. It's all ready and good to go. Back to our discussion, just learn to stand up for other people, especially people that you know are disenfranchised. In America, you can't tell me you don't know that Black people are disenfranchised. Act like that was you. If it was you, you would fight with everything you have. We all know how white people fight when things concern them. Anyway, so this is our banana bread. I'm just going to put this in the oven. We did it, guys! Oh my god, I can't believe it. How do you even start the timer? Oh, that's how it works. 15. I think that's what it said. And then it's set. Oh, oops. Okay, so timer is on. Yay! Guys, I cannot believe that I did this. Like, when I tell you, all my bananas have been spoiling for 4 weeks straight. And I keep telling myself, I'm going to make banana bread, I'm going to make banana bread, but I'm glad I finally did this. So yeah, Black people are not scary. Like, stop all those silly, just, I don't know. If you feel insecure, if you feel like you don't know how to step outside of your race to mix with other people. I mean, because racism is a social construct, like, let's be honest. If you feel like when you see a Black person, your heart just drops, I don't know how to help you. I really don't. In our last cooking video, we're talking about traveling. I really think if Americans made it a point of duty to travel to other countries and maybe even live in other countries, not just going for like a week to take Instagram pictures and come back, but like actually experiencing that culture, you would understand that your skin color, it's really nothing, And like I said, things are changing. So anyone who's sort of enjoying their white advantage, you just have a little time to keep enjoying, just a little more time. Once the curtain call happens, don't say I didn't tell you. I'm going to wrap this up, or these things up if I finish them. I usually use these clips just to keep all my things secure. So like that. And then I store it away. Guys, how could we forget to pour ourselves a glass of orange juice? Cheers. Actually, I wanted to ask you guys, if you've had any experience, so as a Black person, if you've had any experience where a white person did something wrong to you, and let's say at work you were meant to apologize just because you had to like placate that person. I don't know if you guys watch Being Mary Jane, but something like that happened where the white anchor sort of insulted Mary Jane, and when Mary Jane clapped back, she was then asked to apologize to the white girl. And I'm like, okay, you guys, so the house has been smelling amazing, and we're going to take it out of the oven now. Yeah, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. Oh, hallelujah. I think I need to test it with a toothpick, right? Or a knife. What do you use? The knife? Okay. You guys, I'm so excited. This is heavenly. Came out clean. So that means it's good. OMG. We did this. We did it together. It smells amazing. 30 minutes in, the house just started smelling of everything good. Everything good. This is A1. It's so perfect. I haven't baked since high school when we had to bake for a home management exam. I think I made a cake, I think. Wow, this is beautiful. It's so stunning. This is our banana bread. So beautiful. I can see our nuts around there. I put the banana bread back in the oven just to keep it warm a little bit. To wrap up our discussion on why do white people feel threatened when black people speak up about their experiences, I just want to ask you guys, if there's anyone that has experienced this before, please leave your personal experience, or if you know of someone that experienced something, please leave it in the comment section so that we can discuss. And if you're a white person watching this, I really want to know, what is it about black people that scares you? Like, what is so scary about a black person just walking down the same street you're walking on? What is it about a black person even just speaking and speaking up, right? Even normally just speaking, white people are threatened. Why? And then how much more when black people decide to speak up about the bad treatment that they experience every day, then you guys become even more threatened. What is it about that? Is it conditioning? Because that's what I think it is. I think it starts from when white children are really little, right? A white child, like the way the mom grips the child tighter, like I see it in stores. Like, I'm just walking, minding my business, shopping, and I walk past a mother and a child, and the white mother grips the child a little tighter just because I came in close proximity to them. And when you keep doing that to that child learns. It's learned behavior, guys. That child learns that, oh, when I'm around so kinds of people, my mom holds me tighter. And so, I need to be scared. Oh my God, they're so scary. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. It's learned behavior. It just keeps getting passed on from parents to children, and we need to break that cycle. We absolutely need to break that cycle. And no, having one black friend does not give you a pass or excuse you from what we're talking about. Do you ever say, oh, but I have a white friend? No, you don't. Because in your world, that is the norm, that you have friends that are like you. But then other people that you think are different, because we're really all one. It's just a different skin color. I mean, in the summer, you'd see white people that tan and they get to my skin complexion. So what's really the fuss all about? These days, you see white women with blown up lips and blown up hips and bodies that look like black women. So what's the fuss really about? It's obvious that for so long, you guys have been trying to look like us, or you've been yearning silently to look like us. But somehow that jealousy or envy was hidden under the guise of, oh, their body is so disgusting. Oh, black women have big lips. Oh, black people have big lips. Oh, they look so horrible. But then in 1 second, you all blew up your bodies to look like what black women's bodies look like. So we see the truth. We see the truth, and you pretend you're so scared of black men, but we see them in your bed more often than not, right? People swear and claim that black men are so scary, but we see white girls dating more and more black men now more than ever. It's like a trend. It's like a little fetish that every white girl now wants a black man in her bed. So we see you, right? They're scary in public, but in secret, you want the body of a black woman and you want to get under a black man. So why are you pretending? What is the pretense all about? So anyway, we digress a little bit, but it's still all encompassing because this topic is just so huge and there's so many multiple angles to attack it from. But I really, really want to know, white people, what is it that scares you about black people? What is scary? What I'm doing now, is it scaring you? You think I'm going to jump out of the camera and be like, stop those silly stereotypes. Stop boxing up people. Everybody expresses themselves. Even when you watch videos of cops stopping white people versus black people, you see how angry white people get. They're cussing at the police officer, they're kicking, they're fighting, and not a single bullet lands in their heads. But then you see a black person wouldn't even cuss at a police officer. At least we've not seen any videos like that. They're just begging for their lives, like, please, I need to get my wallet, or please, I need to get my this. Boom, they get killed. So Somehow, people have made it seem like black people are so angry, but I just give you an example of when white people are angry. Nobody terms that as anger. Nobody calls that anger. Anytime a white person has an anger outburst, it's just called an outburst. Oh, they were just expressing themselves. So a black person cannot express themselves. A black person has to take any and every treatment given to him or her without saying a word. It has to stop. It ends now. Anyways, let's taste banana bread. I'm so excited. I had to get it back in the oven just to keep it warm. Nothing serious. So it's out. I'm just gonna show it to you guys again. Just grab a plate. I actually don't like opening my drawers when there's food down here. I don't know, it's just something I got used to it. Guys, am I sure this is done? This thing is the truth. I think I need to throw it in the oven for like 10 more minutes. Because one recipe said 50 minutes, another said 1 hour. And I did about 55 minutes. Wow, this is so good. Look at my nuts. Oh, this looks amazing. See how soft it is? It's very nice and moist. You can see definitely, yeah, it's dried up some more now. It's definitely dried up some more. It's not as moist as before. So I guess if you like moist, then 50 minutes. But if you like it to be slightly dried up, then 55 to 1 hour. Alright guys, so that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Cooking with Memkoh. And once again, I'm your host, Memkoh. Do try out banana bread, and I forgot to let you guys know this. So it was a completely vegan banana bread. I used almond milk, avocado butter, and no eggs at all. So honey, my brown sugar, and all other ingredients is what really made this banana bread. So thank you so much, you guys, for trying this out with me. Like I said, it's my first time baking in probably 5 years or 10 years or more. I don't bake, so I'm really excited that we got to try this out. So thank you, and I'll see you in another episode of Cooking with Memkoh. Stay tuned. Oh, and you guys, don't forget to let me know your thoughts on our discussion today. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you're white and you feel, I don't know, cornered or attacked, I don't know, maybe this was a family meeting and you probably shouldn't have tuned in, but I'm done shrinking. Black people are tired of shrinking. Just make white people feel comfortable. We're going to tell our stories how we know best. Okay, so I'll share my experience, and I don't need to sugarcoat it just so that you feel better about the harmful things you're already doing to me. No, it's not happening again. So yeah, if you're a black person, let me know your experiences. If you're a white person, let me know why you feel so scared of regular human beings that are like you. Okay? Have a wonderful one, guys. And no, it is not racist to talk about your experience as a black person, what white people are doing to you. It is not racist, okay? We are simply sharing our stories. Don't expect us to keep quiet and continue to take all the slaps and punches that we get every day. Because I know some white people will watch this and be like, oh my gosh, she's so racist. No. What is racist is what you guys continue to do every single day, leaving black people out of opportunities they should get just because of their skin color. So if that black person goes out to say, hey, this is what was done to me, that is so not racist. That is them sharing their story. And you need to stop making us feel bad for sharing our story, or try to make us pander to your insecurities and reduce ourselves. No, it's not happening anymore. And let's be honest, at this point, the way white people treat black people when black people speak about their experiences is like gaslighting. You start making these people think or question their feelings. So you're hurting someone, and then the person musters up the courage to express what they're feeling, and then you start manipulating them and making them think that something is wrong with them for feeling those things. You're causing pain. You're inflicting pain, generations and generations of pain. And then you start gaslighting. So yeah, that's basically what white people do to black people. I hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion. Just let me know what you think, and let me know what you guys would like to discuss in the next episode of Cook with Memko.